Did you ever hear this little voice inside your head telling you you are not good enough, you are not capable, or you can do anything? You can do anything. Let's talk about this self-negative talk that you hear usually in your head. Hi, I am Binta. I create content to help African women to reclaim their identity, build their self-confidence, self-love, and unlock their full potential. Many women face this challenge of self-criticism. Self-criticism is same as negative self-talk. Why we have this negative self-talk? Why we criticize ourselves? I have asked myself that question many times, and as I like to go deep and see where everything started, I will start with my own story. Many years ago, I was facing that challenge. How or what is happening in my head was I tell myself this truth. Oh, I'm not good enough. Oh, I'm not smart enough. I can do anything. I always messed up things. Or I'm too old to try new things. Many kind of sentences like this that are not empowering me. And that wasn't helping me at all. It was just making me self-doubt myself, or just not having enough self-confidence in myself. And this low self-esteem as well. Then I ask myself, why I have this kind of thought? I started looking out and finding solution. The first I was looking where this started, why I'm thinking like that. And when I went back to read some articles and things, everything I saw was it started with childhood. It started in the childhood. And I feel like that's true. They said it started with a harsh parenting. And when I looked at African families, I see that many parents, when they raise their kids, they use criticism. And because they criticize a lot their kids grow up with having that self-criticism because they integrate it in their thought process. It's how now they're thinking, because everything they tried, they just have this thought. Because when they were little, they were trying new things. The parents were behind and telling, oh, you didn't do that very well. You didn't do this that way. We are so perfectionist sometimes, and we want just little kids to do good thing or do the thing the way we're doing it. And he's just starting, and we were doing it like 15, 20 years. We're doing the same thing. Then we have exceeded any expectation on that. Then now we want the kids to do the same. And that starts the process of criticizing them. Do it like this, do it that way, and never said, oh, good job of what you're doing. They said it start there. And I feel like it's true, because I've been raised that way. And then when growing up, I started judging myself on any kind of action I'm doing, even if it's just writing or doing something. I will just look at my flaws. I will never see what I'm doing very well. I'm seeing just what I'm doing bad. And that's not good. That's not a good way to think. And that's what I realized. And then I grew up like this. And the other thing too I realized by reading those articles, the other one is the comparison. And that is so true because in our culture, we take our kids and we compare them to another one, or even brother and sisters. We compare them. We compare one kid because he's excelling in something like in a sport, and we say, oh, you are so lazy, look at your brother, he runs faster, he does this and this. How these kids will feel, just if we want to, if we try to be in the place of that kid, he feel like he's not worthy, he feels like he's not good enough, and everything's not there. With that comparison too, even if when we grow up we do the same thing, we grow up, we do, like, we come in a new environment, we see someone who is there like maybe 20 years doing something every day the same way, and we see he's better, he's very good at that. And when we come just new, I'm talking about maybe a work environment, and you just come and you're new, and you just try to comparing yourself to that person, how would you feel? I think many of you did that. I did that. Then I don't know about you, but if you were there, you can understand what I'm saying right now. You feel like you are not good enough. You feel like you're not capable. You feel like you have to run away because that person is so good at what he's doing. And the thing is not, you shouldn't see the thing like that way. You should just see you new. You have time to progress. You have time to learn. You need to learn, and you are there for that. You are there to learn and to grow, because that person learned, and he learned until he is where he is, and that's same. Then to come back, that's what happened again with our negative self-talk. We compare ourselves to others. The third one is, let me check in my notes if I remember what is the third one. The third one is experiences, and our experiences or trauma, because we got some traumas from, I'm gonna say, from parents and from families, past traumas. I don't want to talk about that too much. But to people who believe that reincarnation or those things, that people have past lives, you come back with those traumas and experiences. I'm gonna tell about, if you have experience like shame or have been bullied by friends at school when you were little, you develop this self-criticism. You think you are not good. That's the reason why people are bullying you, and you grow up with that thinking too. And everything is a conditioning, like I'm saying. You have been conditioned to think that way, like you have made your computer, your brain, run in a repeated thought, repeated thoughts. You think all the time the same thought. It becomes a habit, and it becomes a habit, and that habit become an identity, because now you can make the difference. You think just the way you're thinking, that's that way you are, and you think it's true. But let me tell you something, it's not true. That's what I discovered. It's not true, it's just lies. You made them because of this conditioning, and you can change it. You can change it. Let's find out now how I change it for myself. I started with the self-awareness. Self-awareness, the first thing, is acknowledging your thought, seeing the way you're thinking. That helps you a lot. When you start realizing that you have those negative thoughts and they are not empowering you, they are just doing bad to you, then you start saying, I need to find solution, I need to change this. And you start there. Then you challenge them. Oh, is that true? No, it's just lies. It's lies. And then you find how to you reframe them. That means you find another way to talk to yourself, like gently, nicely, like you would have talked to your little kid or your brother or your sister, with empowering or with a good message. And now you see that negative thought, you tell the opposite. Like if he's telling you you are not good enough, you say that's not true. I am very good and I do everything in a good way. Or I'm just learning. If it's in a work environment, if it's a work environment where you feel like you are not good enough, say, no, it's fine. I'm learning. I'm in a process of learning how this works. And that's sure it will take time, but I will get there. And you boost yourself. That's the first step. The second step is gratitude. I started doing that. It changed my whole life. Gratitude is cultivating a sense of gratitude that can make you shift your focus away from those negative self-talk to appreciating your experiences and your life. And your life becomes better because you're seeing now things you're doing good. You're seeing things that is just positive. You're not looking anymore the dark side. You're looking at the bright side. And that's lift you up. That's help you go through life with a happy and smiley face. And no more negative self-talk. Sure, it stopped that. The third one, you just need to. The third one, I will say, I'm not saying you need to. The third one is meditating. Meditating. If you never heard about meditating, I hope you have already. But if you never, meditating is just sitting still and looking at your thoughts. Sometimes they said suppress your thought, but it's not possible. You sit still and you observe. That's the best word, I think. You observe your thoughts by breathing. There is plenty of videos on YouTube or other platform how to meditate. And if you start that, you start calming this monkey brain because it chatter too much, it talk too much. When you start meditating, you lower down those, I'm gonna say, noise in your head, and it helps you get relaxed, and it helps you ending this negative self-talk. Meditating plus gratitude, those two helps you get rid of negative self-talk. I did it, and I know for sure you can do it. Sister, remember that negative self-talk is just something you have learned, okay? Then you can unlearn it and reprogram your mind for the best. Then now, with these 3 ways to deal with negative self-talk, you will feel better. If this video spoke to you and you feel like this video would help someone out there, maybe another woman, let's share it. Let's really get the message out to help the maximum of women. Because I know many other women need to hear this. Thank you for listening to me today, and see you to the next video.